is a little bit intimidating. Podemos? Okay. So Majora, thank you very much to coming to Lisbon and to be at Aval Association.
Obrigada.
from from what you've very quickly seen, do you have any feelings about here, about what you saw? Some problems that you detect, opportunities?
Yeah, I think that there's a tremendous opportunity here in Alto de Lisboa, but I also think that you don't want to make the same kind of mistakes that have been made in these kind of planned communities before. You want to plan for inclusion and not exclusion,
Absolutely.
of anybody. And you want to build places that there's many opportunities for people, especially different classes, to come together in one community. So making sure that the parks are there, that so that everyone enjoys, and so that they're actually great, amenities and just great programs, in all of them, so that everybody finds value. Building those spaces so that you can enjoy them without money and build community at the same time is really important.
And the relation of the inside relation of Aval between the people that live here and the people outside here, for instance, the public authorities and all that. How do you think we can deal with that?
The best way to, because I think you've done some really great work, especially in terms of, everybody brings something to the table. Like you work with many different types of stakeholders. There's businesses, there are professional organizations, there's different kind of NGOs that come to the table, and so each one of you bring a very specific skill set to the association, and you want to build on that as much as possible. I also think that it's important to not set your planning dreams in stone right away until you actually agree, on the idea of what it is you're building and that rather inclusive community, because you can always, change things as you go along, but once you've got a plan in stone, and it's hard to go back, especially because you want to make sure that the mistakes that you make, can be fixed early on. So that's a really important thing that you want to do. So understanding the ideals that you have in common are very important, right from the onset.
Major, you are one of maybe the biggest example that you have to follow. Your attitude, your work, everything. It's true. And your presentation today was marvelous on every aspect of it.
Thanks.
You mentioned some projects that you are doing, or projects that are kind of changing the way that people look at themselves, at communities. Do you want to refer one of
Sure.
those of these?
I was working at a very local level in my own community. Now we've started a company that does green project development, and one of the things that we do is actually start businesses that create the kind of things that I want to see, which is, sustainable communities with jobs for people that are healthy and productive for them, so that people can really be a part of that green economy that our cities need to experience. And so the first one that we're launching is it's called American City Farms, and it's a national brand of urban grown produce, where we'll be working to create local agribusiness, in American cities. So every American city could have one, but the idea is that we're going to be supporting urban farmers by aggregating their produce and helping them set up distribution, for the produce that they grow. And we're also going to be creating some pretty large-scale hydro and aquaponic growing systems all indoors, because when you grow hydroponically or aquaponically, you can actually grow up to 10 times the amount of produce in the same exact area. So fruits and vegetables, you're growing them pretty large scale, and then selling them to the major institutions and restaurants and stores and those kind of outlets, creating opportunities for local jobs, in American cities that also provide a kind of product that's healthy and sustainable.
Absolutely. So you think that green jobs, the green economy is what is a new thing? It's a thing that we are going back to our past and trying to find the best, or creating something new?
Sometimes you have to go back and look at your history in order to create something good with it in our present. And so the idea that whether it's in Portugal or whether it's in, New York City, it doesn't make any difference. There was a point where there were local economies, and that's how our communities created the kind of health and stability that they needed. Yes, we are looking backward at how do you create institutions, how do you create local businesses, so that you don't have to export things from hundreds of thousands of miles away in order to create the kind of economy that you need in your own community to employ people, to create the kind of livable spaces that everyone should have regardless of income level. And so building that, building our communities allows in that way, in a way that allows people to create green businesses, have green jobs that neither pollute the planet nor the people that are working them, and provide us with what we need in order to build healthier communities. Yes, that is actually looking backward, but again, it's helping us build what's right in front of us, which is our present.
Exactly. Majora, thank you very much.
Obrigada.
Ótimo, obrigado.
Thank
Ok, muito obrigado, meus amigos. Excelente.